accepté votre invitation. So, si vous êtes là ce soir, évidemment, comme vous le constatez, c'est pour Miss Ebony World. Vous n'êtes pas là pour les beaux yeux des personnes que vous avez en face de vous. Miss Ebony World est rendue à sa deuxième édition en cette année 2019. La première édition a eu lieu en 2018 à Seattle, du côté de Washington State. Et la deuxième édition aura lieu le 27 juillet 2019, ici dans le Maryland, du côté de Olney. Et pourquoi est-ce que les organisateurs de Miss Ebony ont décidé de délocaliser la deuxième édition? On va répondre à cette question-là aujourd'hui. C'est quoi Miss Ebony? On va répondre à cette question-là aussi. Il s'agit de quel type d'événement et quelles sont les perspectives? On en parlera ici ce soir. Nous avons la chance d'avoir ici avec nous Patricia Tsakou, qui est Chief Executive Officer de Miss Ebony, la fondatrice de ce concept, de ce label Miss Ebony, avec à ses côtés Miss Camille. Miss Camille, c'est la facilitatrice en termes d'obtention de la salle dans laquelle va se dérouler l'événement le 27 juillet, du côté de Olney, ici dans le Maryland.
Thank you everyone for coming here today, and I'm really glad that I have this opportunity to talk more about this platform in front of some of the amazing people here in Maryland. Yeah, so I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, last year I'm gonna talk about the vision, how I started this platform. I relocated to Bellingham from Vancouver a few years ago, and I experienced cultural shock because I live in a white town, and cultural shock, and it was really hard for me to feel included in the community, even though I have my degree and I tried to look for jobs and all that, but it wasn't possible. And I have met some few Africans there. They go to the university, to the college. So since I couldn't get a job, I decided to open a store, an African store, to promote young artisans from different African countries. So, and that's what I did. My goal was to reach the 54 African countries. And so I started buying, and so we are buying from 6 to 7 African countries already. So while I was at the store, I met few African women, young women. So they came, some of them came, they were just crying. They said, hey, because I live in a very small town, very small, so we don't see black all the time. So when they saw me, they were like, oh, hey, this is what I'm going through. I was adopted, but I'm facing these challenges. And some of them, another lady was sent to, out for marriage at the age of 12, and to a 70 years old man. Yeah, and then, so those are the girls I met, and I decided to, to support. I said, how can I support? So I only came up with this platform to allow them to share their stories. So that's how Miss Ebony World started. Last year it was called Miss Africa, but because I wanted to be more open, so I wanted to touch all black women of African descent, African Caribbean, and yeah, so that's where the name comes from. Miss Ebony, Ebony means black. Yeah, so it's like Miss Black. So all women with the black skin, with the dark skin, they can join the movement. So that's how I decided to start the organization. And last year we have some platform. So You can just share it with people. They can read. Yeah, those are some platforms from last year event. You will know a little bit about the kind of stories they live, the kind of life they live, and the stories they are sharing. And it's really important. We let them know that it's really important for them to speak up. And we give them a platform that they can use to advocate, to address social issues like early marriage, child abuse, cultural shock in adoption. Because when they get adopted from Africa at a young age, they come here, the parents, they are white, then they love them, but they don't allow them to mingle with other Africans, so they lose the culture. So that's what, that was a really big comment from one of the girls that I met last year. So Miss Ebony World seeks to celebrate, educate, and all the young women, especially black women in the community. So our mission is also to bridge the gap between African descent and African American. That's one of our missions. And to showcase African culture with the world and encourage the young girls to be goodwill ambassadors, to care for people. If they had been through a difficult time, if they went through difficult hardship, it's really important for them to know that after they speak, that story they share is going to encourage someone in the room. The story is going to elevate someone. The story is going to help someone to move forward and give hope. So that's basically what Miss Ebony is all about. So we are a humanitarian-based platform. We encourage all our girls to have a humanitarian cause. So when the girls join the movement, they think it's fun. They think it's like a fashion show. They think it's all about beauty, but it's not about beauty. It's all about brain. It's all about education. It's all about being an advocate for either peace. And around the world, there are over 62 million girls who don't go to school. They don't go to school because some parents believe that girls can go to school. So it's really important to give them those girls can become someone tomorrow. So it's really important for the young girls who find themselves here today to go back home and advocate, help free those young girls. And that's not going to happen through fight. They have to educate the parents. They need to understand that young girls need to go to school. They can't just stay at home. So those are social issues that are still happening that we encourage young girls to do. They go to Africa. That's one of our goals. The winner is going to go to Africa, and if her platform is education, she's going to go with books, pencil, and distribute in school. If her platform is early child marriage, she's going to go in her village and try to educate the parent on how important it is for a young girl to grow before she go to marriage. She can't go to marriage when she's only 9 years old. She's still a child. So, but the parent, they don't understand because it's a culture. That's how it happened. If her platform is adoption, she's going to go in, let's say, in Ghana and advocate, try to make a way, to carve the way for young girls. Yeah, so we are a humanitarian-based platform, and we really want to raise brave women. We tell them that they have a voice to add on to the conversation. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hellena. It's awesome. Today I'm standing here to talk about something that has been so important to me, and so I'm related to it. I'm talking about early child marriage in South Sudan. Not just only in South Sudan, but the whole Africa. Even here in the USA. I grew up as a refugee in Uganda with my half-sister. I grew up without a mom. I grew up without a dad. But that made me who I am today. Because for some reason, I knew how to take care of myself, being independent at the age of 8 years old. When I was 12 years old, I came back home and I heard the news saying I have to get married. And I was like, so I asked myself, what have I done to deserve this? Why do I have to be sent away to get married at the age of 12 to a 60-year-old man who could be my grandpa? I'm sorry. As I'm standing here today, I know so many girls back home, including 3 of my cousins who were forced to get married the last month. I go to social media, I see their pictures. So that's why I stand here tonight. And that's why I choose this topic, to fight for these girls, to let the world know that these girls are important. They need to be sent to school, not get married. Because some of them are dying at the child labor. They can't bear children, they're only too young. Girls who are married at this age don't have any right to have freedom. They don't have right to education. I thought it was going to be easy, but it's not. They should know that the world has not ended for them. They should keep fighting. They should stand up for themselves. I stand here tonight to inform every teenager that came to the US who had the opportunities to go to school. Did I mention I just graduated from high school yesterday? To join me to fight together, to change the life of this girl, to be the voice of these girls back home, to be the next doors that they look into, to be the one that opened everything that they ever dreamed of. As tonight, as the Miss Africa Welcome Country, Miss South Sudan, I'm standing here tonight to fight for this girl until the end. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a great evening.
Quand je vois votre plateforme, je me demande bien s'il y a une jeune blanche qui est vraiment intéressée par votre plateforme. Vous comprenez le mal que vous lui faites, parce qu'elle ne peut pas participer. À un moment de la société où les Noirs, en général, luttent pour une certaine égalité, pour limiter la ségrégation, il est important que nous prêchions par exemple. Nous ne soyons pas en train de créer la ségrégation. Le nom que vous aviez l'année dernière pour votre plateforme, Miss Africa, je pense que c'est un nom qui était encore plus approprié. J'ai suivi votre intervention sur Média de Africa, vous avez insisté pour participer à votre plateforme, il fallait être noir. Et je suis noir, je suis fier d'être noir. Mais c'est gênant pour moi d'entendre un truc comme ça parce que je suis un humain, je voudrais que tout le monde soit pris. Parce qu'il y a certes la ségrégation, mais il y a beaucoup de blancs. qui vivent la même ségrégation que nous. Mais ceci dit, je comprends d'où vous venez. Vous êtes une africaine qui a envie de défendre la cause africaine. Je voudrais que vous regardiez un peu ce côté-là, parce qu'il y a des gens que vous blessez en le faisant. Je n'en fais pas partie dans tous les cas. Je fais juste avocat du diable. Mais de l'autre côté, quand on parle de la jeune fille du Ghana qui a été adoptée, ça fait très mal. Ça fait très mal. Mais à moins que vous vouliez que la culture, c'est-à-dire quand vous comprenez culture, la culture veut dire quelque chose. Il y a des choses qui ne sont pas bien dans la culture. Et c'est ça qui fait de nous ce que nous sommes. Je ne suis pas pour une jeune fille qui va en mariage à l'âge de 9 ans, mais la culture veut dire quelque chose. En Occident, nous avons tendance à venir en Occident et à vouloir devenir tous des Occidentaux. C'est très dangereux. Parce que nous voyons, si on prend l'exemple du président français, qui se retrouve à épouser une femme qui a près de 40 ans au-delà de lui, ils ont aussi un problème culturel comme nous. Donc j'ai envie que, en posant ce problème, évitons de regarder la culture africaine comme étant une saleté. J'ai pas envie qu'on regarde ça dans ce sens-là. Donc c'était, je pense que ça fait peut-être trois questions.
C'est formalité.
Ouais, juste pour attirer votre attention sur certains faits.
Yeah, his first concern, and the second concern is about the young girl. Like he said that he's not okay with young girls to go to marriage at a young age, but it's a cultural problem. So those are his concerns. So I'll first of all answer the first question. Yeah. So Miss Ebony has a vision. Miss Ebony has a mission that's not going to change. Because when we have a vision, it's because we felt something. The vision doesn't come from anywhere. So that vision, I'm sticking to that vision because so many people are like, I don't really care about, at this point I don't really care about, okay, why, what is going to do to any white person. Because we have a culture. We come from Africa. And those black people that I want to get involved in this movement, they're not connected to their roots. They were born here. They want to go back to Africa and learn about their tradition and learn about where they come from. So I want to give them an opportunity to go to Africa and connect to their roots, to learn about who they are, to learn about where the ancestors came from. That's all. It doesn't have anything to do with any white person. So if a white person is going to feel offended, I'm very sorry because I came here from Africa. I left my culture everywhere, like back home. I'm here, I'm still African. So it's not easy for me. If I want to purchase an African cloth, I can go to the shopping mall and purchase it. So that's why we talk about culture. That's why we organize cultural events, for us to meet, to mingle, and to know each other. It doesn't have anything to do with white people. So if a white person is going to feel offended because we meet, we focus on empowering those young women who need help, then I don't really understand why they will feel offended. I don't know why. And the second thing about the girl who has been adopted or the girl who has been sent to marriage at an early age, I said at the beginning that they cannot change the culture. They have to go in Africa and try to educate the parent. Because the parent, this is a cultural problem and it's really deep. They need to go there, introduce themselves, and use the platform. Hey, my name is Hope, I'm Miss Africa, I'm Miss Ebony. And I have this platform and I'm here to talk to the elders of the country or whatever. And she speaks with them, she tried to educate them, she tried to tell them how hard it is. She tried to open their minds on how to consider the other way around. She cannot just go and destroy a culture like that. So there's different steps. And it's really sad to see that the young girl, she's been adopted, but she's going through all that. Who's going to speak for her? Who's going to stand up for her? Oh, they are really, really, really destroyed because they don't have anyone. They come from a culture, they are here in a new culture, they are going through a lot. Who's going to help her? So when we share the story, there's someone somewhere who's going to listen and say, hey, I heard your story, I would like to support you. That's all we want to do. That's all we want them to achieve. We want someone to hear the story, and we want that person to help them to achieve, to go and free the other girls.